CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN.
Guys, the Chicken's here, back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we finally hit rank 20 in Warships, so we're going to go over that. We're going to go over all the attack metas and defense layouts and everything you guys need to know for 5 ERs. We also want 5 ERs today, so that's going to be exciting to cover. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you enter the code chicken in the shop. It does expire every week, and make sure that you are entered into this month's giveaway. We're giving away $100 worth of CHICKEN. Come on, chicken. I can do it. At the end of this month. Also, a note, if you guys don't have the boom boxes, I believe it is a bug, but Party Island is back. So basically, to get it, I believe you just do that. It is this island. I forget if you have to destroy it or visit it or something like that, but just click on it. Make sure you grab your boom boxes. And yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's unintended. But anyways, here we are. So let's go over the tech tree first, then we'll get into attacks, and this is the base. This is a really good base. I mean, most of the 5-engine bases are pretty well the exact same, so just pick one of them from the leaderboards. This is the one I went with. It's been okay, you know. It's hard to say, but I think it's pretty solid. So anyways, now, let's go over the tech tree first, because we have a lot of different paths here, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing next. So, now, rocket choppers are out and about. Rocket chopper seeker is the thing. You know, a little bit hard to use. I'm going to show the attack in a minute, but let's just cover the different paths. So we could go rocket chopper. We want to get shock launcher, so we might end up unlocking these guys anyways. I'm going straight for troop damage. I think that's going to, you know, cover us safely. You know, whatever ends up, you know, being kind of the dominant meta going forward, but I think this is the safest bet because, 1, troop damage is always good. 2, it puts us closer to the 60R, which might be where we need to go next. It is annoying that we have to unlock tanks. They're so expensive, but I digress. So we go back here. Now, troop health and bombardiers. We're probably going to need both of these. I don't know if we need them right now. A lot of guys are using bombers right now. We might switch to that, you know, depending on how these next few attacks go. We're going to attack live in a second as well. But yeah, bombers are your safe bet at 5 engines. You know they're going to clear the base. We don't have Brick. She's a bit too expensive to go back and get, so we don't have Brick and the bombardoodlers. So they're going to be a little bit slow, but they're going to be able to clear the base. And as people start building up more defenses, like right now, people are starting to kind of go back and backfill a little bit. So we're seeing more rocket launcher bases. We're seeing maxed out mortars. You know, things like that. We want to grab our extra boom cannons as well. And yeah, so that's basically all the options that we have. I mean, we can go back and backfill defenses. We can grab bombers and troop health, which we're probably going to have to do. But I think for right now, we just want to make that push forward to troop damage. You know, we do have a sky shield over here too, which is really going to help with seekers. We have shock launchers here. So seekers are going to kind of fizzle out. No pun intended, as we move forward closer to 6. You know, of course, the Seeker Pros are still going to be able to use them. There's going to be, you know, outliers to everything. But, yeah. I mean, we want shock launchers. We want the Sky Shield. We want the troop damage. And we want bombers and troop health. And we might go back for the rock launchers as well. So that's kind of everything that I'm thinking of right now. But right now I'm locked in and focused on getting that troop damage next. So that is the current plan. So let's go over some attacks here. So I'll show you what I was doing. Of course, we got to put her on blast. But it's okay. So here's the attack strategy I've been using. And it works really, really well for 5 engines. So it's 2 boats of bombers, 4 boats of riflemen, and then you come in with Kavan and 2 boats of seekers. Now, this it has a couple different variants. So I mean, typically I'll use barrage. It's 5 max barrage to take down 1 engine room at 5 ER. So basically what I'll do is I'm just going to spam second wind. I'm going to go up one side. I'm going to try to keep the warriors out in front to clear all the mines for us and get some extra damage. But other than that, it's basically just a free clear. And we're using... I'll speed this up a bit. We're using bombers and rifle, and just throwing our extra GB on that barrage on that faraway engine. You can't do it all at once. You got to mix them up, just so you guys don't die out as you're farming up GB for barrage. But this is essentially what's been working really well for me right now. Yeah, you know, you got to be careful towards the end of the attack that you don't fizzle out and lose all your troops. But you know, it's, for the most part, it's pretty easy to gain GBE as you do it. You also don't have to use barrage. You can simply just spam second wind the whole way up, and that works as well. So this guy, Mr. Slavonian, who beat us, he used heavies and bombers. So I'll show you guys this attack. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, just a straight free clear and using second wind to fill in those bombers that do fizzle out a little bit. I think he probably should have flared somewhere towards the middle rather than just hugging the wall the whole time. But yeah, like I said, it's a safe hit. You know, if you got a really good base and a lot of defenses, bombers are a pretty good option. And then we have Chow's. I believe Chow's used rocket choppers. So he got like 236 or something, which is pretty fast for 5 engines. Typically, you want to be in that. If you're at the 230 mark, you're doing pretty well. You know, 230, 245 is kind of where you want your attacks to be. If you're consistently getting like 215, 220, you're probably doing a little bit sloppy. But yeah. So a typical rocket chopper attack, you know, you flare to the boom cannons. Rocket choppers are going to, I love how they go up on top of the ship. Rocket choppers are going to get a little bit trickier to use as we go forward as well, though, because we have a lot of boom cannons, right? Every multi-node has 2 boom cannons for whatever reason this season. So, yeah, rocket choppers are going to be harder to use because that's the #1 defense to stop them dead, is to throw a bunch of boom cannons out. All right, so let's see if we can maintain 20 here. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try our best. All right, so now what's funny is it was a grind to get to 20 today, man. It was really, really tough. And what I found was after I went to 5 engines, the 4 engine bases were almost impossible to take down. They were so heavily defended with a bunch of mines and everything, and my old strategy wasn't working. So I had to mix in some new stuff, and honestly, I just didn't face any. I finally hit a streak where I just only went against 5 engine bases for like 5 or 6 in a row, whatever it was, to get us to 20. And that's the only way I was able to do it, because I kept fizzling out against the 4 engine guys, which was super frustrating. So here it is, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. And I see this engine is kind of alone and naked up here, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to use all of our barrage on this one. It's a little bit aggressive, but we'll see if it pays off. Now, just keep in mind the scout time. Some of you guys, sometimes, you know, I'll get a random comment here or there. For the most of you, you understand, but they'll say, like, hey, like, how come I took the guy's base down first, but I lost? You always got to factor in the scout time. So we took most of the scout time, so we got about 30 seconds. We got about 30 seconds coverage here, so let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Now, I mean, ideally, try to keep the Seekers alive. Right now, I'm just kind of farming up GBE. I want to get that. I want to get that engine over there on the right done, and then I want to farm up as much second wind as we can. And there's nothing too dangerous right here, so we're gonna be okay to just blast that one right down. Now we can start to farm up our second winds, and just make a break for it here. All right, so he finished us pretty well. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. If we had Seekers left, that would be nice, but I believe they all died out by now. But this is what I've been doing. This was what worked for us. So I'm going to keep that rolling. Let's go ahead and shock right here. Shock some of that splash. And yeah, okay. So I'm actually going to flare up this way. Typically, I'm not flaring when I'm doing this, but we really need to get a good time here. Let's go like this and flare again. Again, not ideal. I need that war to pop the shock mine. Perfect. 220, 220. It's a little bit of a soft time. We'll see what happens. 219. Yeah, it's kind of weak, but that's what I was doing. It was working really well today, so make sure that if you guys are stuck at 5, that's something you try out. Let's see here. Oh, man, he got us by 10 seconds. Ouch. Minus 12. Jeez, that's a lot of stars to lose. That seems kind of unfair. But hopefully that was his boss fight, and he was able to get into 20 with that. Because I'm just kind of chilling right now. I'm not getting too stressed out about our progress here. It's okay if we lose a few. Looks like this guy's kind of doing the same thing. What's he using? Heavies and riflemen? Heavies, riflemen, and seekers. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you're doing it, obviously you want to be able to get the most out of your seekers. That's going to help a lot. So, yeah, let's do one more real quick before we sign out here. I'm not going to switch to anything because I don't have any troops to switch to. I mean, I could go ahead and grab bombers right now, but I'm going to hold back and kind of see what tomorrow brings, and then just kind of readjust from there. So let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to throw them all out at once. Now, another way that we can do it is we can, you know, try to keep the Seekers alive. I guess we'll do it here just to show you. I didn't check where his mines were, but I think it's pretty safe to say he's probably got a couple shock mines hidden back there. And, yeah, so let's go ahead and shock this guy. And, yeah, it's just like before, you know, where we're saving up all of our GBE to... saving up all our GBE to clear all the mines. And let's go ahead and shock there. Yeah, so not very clean, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Of course, second wind does not bring back Seekers, so we got no luck there. Even if you can keep a couple Seekers alive, it really helps just simply with mine clearing. All right, let's try to just spam as many second winds as we can here. I mean, a great way to do these attacks too is to just have such a huge cluster of troops that they split as they come down towards the middle here instead of being all grouped together. You want them to split kind of far apart. It works definitely a little bit better. But yeah. Yep. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. All right. Now, we're still seeing a lot of fizzles at 5 engines. It's not guaranteed that the other guy's going to take down your base, so sometimes the slower, you know, bomber approach or something like this can work out a little bit better. Okay. I think we're just going to let them free clear from here. We'll see what happens. Nice. Great shock on the single sniper tower chicken. That was well done. Alright, so we'll flare after this one. I think we're going to lose one again. This is a really bad time. My times were a lot better than this today. I was consistently getting like 225, 235 in that kind of range. Not 2.6. 2.6 is not going to win. For sure. But guys, I hope that helps you out. Gives you kind of a bunch of different options to look at. And yeah. So of course we lost that one, but that's okay. And now we move forward, and I believe can we get the GBE next? No, we're still one chest out. All right, so we'll push it tonight, see how it goes. But guys, I hope that gets you off on the right foot. As always, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you next one, guys. Check it out. Back.